Yeah, hello YouTube, it's the Bosh back with you once again, and I'm going to do something completely different today. It's not one of my usual reactions. A few people have asked me to do reactions to older songs, some from the 50s, some from the 60s. I haven't had anything from the 70s or the 80s yet. So what I thought I'd do is I'd do a little series. I'm going to do a couple of songs from each decade, like the 50s, the 60s, the 70s and the 80s. I don't think I'm going to go as far as the 90s and the noughties or anything like that. Just some of my favourite songs from those eras. I think I've already been asked to do a couple, so I'll try and get through them. But how I thought I'd start is I'm going to take it right back to where my love of the 1950s music came from. I grew up in a house with 4 other siblings. I've got 3 older than me and 1 younger than me. So my oldest brother used to listen to all the heavy rock stuff like AC/DC, Metallica, that kind of thing. My next brother used to listen to all the glam rock stuff, and he was also a big fan of the Beatles, like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and T-Rex and Sweet and stuff like that. My sister, who's the next one that's just older than me, she was into people like Donny Osmond, David Cassidy, Elton John, stuff like that. And the youngest sister, she just followed on and listened to a bit of everything from everybody. But it was when I was probably about 13 or 14. I'd been listening to certain stuff. None of that seemed to interest me. None of the music that they were listening to seemed to interest me. And then one day I heard this next track on the radio, and something up here said, yeah, that's where you're at. That's where your heart is. And the song I'm going to react to today is Bill Haley and his Comets and Rock Around the Clock. It's coming right now. Yeah, so as I say, something completely different today. I hope you start enjoying this little series. It's not going to be a lot. It's just going to be something to get away from my regular reactions just for a little while. Yeah, so we're going to take a look, and I'm going to try and analyse Bill Haley and his Comets and Rock Around the Clock. Let's have a look. Right, so just before we get into it, a little bit about the song itself. The song was written by a couple of guys called Max Friedman and Sonny DeKnight, and it was recorded by Bill Haley and his Comets at the Pythian Temple in New York on April the 12th, 1954. Now, originally, they weren't going to release this song as a single. This was actually on the B-side to, I think it was ABC Boogie. My mind's gone a little bit blank there. I think that's what it was on the B-side too. And then, as I say, it was recorded in 1954, and it wasn't until the release of the film Blackboard Jungle in 1955, where they used this song in the credits, that the song really took off. Right from the beginning, you got to get right into it. So here we go.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. But it's glad right, so join me home. We'll have some fun when the clock strikes 1. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
One thing I've got to tell you that I think is happening in this video. This is obviously a live recording, but the song that you're listening to is the actual official recording from 1954, the one that they did at the Pythian Temple. This has got to be the first probably recorded version of lip syncing. The drummer in this, Dick Richards, I love his drumming style. Well, I'll say the drummer Dick Richards. On the film it's Dick Richards, but in the actual recording, it was a guy called, is it Benny Cusack? Somebody Cusack. I think it was Benny Cusack. As I say, my mind's gone. And I love the offbeat drumming rhythm that he does. He's got the beat, and then every now and again he does a drum beat offbeat. Love that about this song. Makes your feet want to tap. She's getting right into it, isn't she? Listen to this. Alright, just before we go anywhere, I'm going to play that for you again. Right, this is the guitar solo, the little guitar riff in Rock Around the Clock. Usually, the guitarist in Bill Haley and the Comets was a guy called Francis Beecher. But in this recording, in the original recording, it was a guy called Danny Cedrone who actually played that riff, that guitar solo. Many guitarists throughout the years have gone on to say that it's because of that little solo in that song that got them into playing the guitar. People like Jimi Hendrix, Pete Townsend, Brian Setzer from the Stray Cats, all of those have said that guitar riff got them interested in playing the guitar. And the sad thing is that Danny Cedrone, as I say, this song was recorded in 1955. 10 days after this song was recorded, Danny Cedrone died in an accident. He fell down the stairs, broke his neck. So he never heard the song released, never heard the influence that he had on future guitarists. How sad is that? Brilliant guitar riff.
Chimes ring 5, 6, and 7. We'll be right in 7th heaven. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock till the broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Oh, when it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 2, I'll be going strong, and so will you. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock till the broad daylight. We're gonna
Love this song. This has got to be... I'll let you in on a little secret. If you've ever wondered, if you're watching my videos and you've ever wondered what these are, this one says, in memory of Bill Haley, 1925 to 1981, and this one just says Bill Haley. Bill Haley's my idol. I love Bill Haley. This song, when it was released in 1954 and then became popular in 1955 due to Blackboard Jungle, the movie, the kids used to jump up in the aisles, used to rip the seats up in the aisles. This song has caused more violence than any other song, I think. Not that I'm condoning violence at all.
when the clock strikes 12, we'll cool off and start rocking.
See what I mean about the offbeat drumming?
We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock till the broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
I love it. Yeah, probably one of my all-time, that's got to be in the top 3, my all-time favourite songs ever. Bill Haley and his Comets, Rock Around the Clock from, as I said, recorded in 1954, became popular around about 1955 due to the release of the movie. It's just an iconic song. Kids these days have never heard of Bill Haley. I ask loads and loads of kids, have you ever heard of Bill Haley or Rock Around the Clock or anything like that? No. Is it Elvis? Is it, it's not Elvis. Bill Haley was around 6 or 7 years before Elvis was ever heard of. But there you go. As I say, I'm going to start a little series. I'm going to do a few songs from the 50s, a few from the 60s, 70s and 80s. And if you're enjoying them, please put a little comment in the box down below and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.